A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. As you all are aware that we have started with our preparation for paper 1, that is for NTA UGC-NET including JRF for December 2023 cycle. And we have completed all the units, that is teaching aptitude, research aptitude, we have completed communication, we have completed higher education system. Right now we are doing information and communication technology. So only one theory unit is left, that is people development and environment. And apart from this, your mathematical classes are also going on. So from this month, that is from the month of September, we have started the schedule, wherein you are getting maximum amount of classes in order to prepare yourself well for your December 2023 examination. Now this is the 9th session for ICT, wherein we are going to talk about protocols, computer language, computer networks, hardware and software requirement for computers. Okay. Now yes, before we go ahead, let me quickly tell you about Global Online. Global Online app is available on Google Play Store. You can download the Global Online app, and this is how the interface of the app looks like. You can also understand that Global Online has brought a complete course for you for paper 1, which consists of daily live lectures, recorded classes, full syllabus, 60 plus mock test, 2000 plus MCQs, which is offered at a price of rupees 4,500. But on this we have kept a 20% discount. So the actual price of the course is rupees 3,600. Once you download the app, you can register yourself with the registered mobile number, and this is how the interface looks like. You have various content in the form of folders with respect to your that is with your faculty members, with your language, with your units. All will be available with theory, lecture, evaluation, test, notes, mock test and MCQ lecture. So this is all available. Apart from this, daily on Saturdays we have mock test. So tomorrow also we'll be having mock test on ICT, that is information and communication technology, to all the topics which we have covered till date. So it will be easier for you to prepare, to analyze to do an analysis of your own evaluation of your own progress, and accordingly you can push yourself for your preparation, right? So yes, without wasting time, let's start with the topic for the day. So we are going to talk about the first topic, that is protocols. We are going to take the first topic as protocols. So wherein under protocols we have various protocols that support communicating through or with the different devices. So we have transmission control protocol, internet protocol, datagram protocol, post office protocol, simple mail transfer protocol from which you have questions, file transfer protocol, FTP, hypertext transfer protocol, that is HTTP, where we have seen questions, and hypertext transfer protocol secure. So the questions are based on these star marks. Apart from this, we should also know about certain other protocols, right? So let's start. First of all, what do you mean by the term transfer control protocol or IP? What is TCP or IP? So basically they are nothing but they are called as the backbone of internet, and every system contains this. So as we, like for example, that with the help of any system's IP address you can track the system. So IP address internet protocol is that protocol which will help you to get the relevance of the system, and it is nothing but a backbone of the internet. Every system contains this program, that is TCP, the transmission control protocol, and your internet protocol. Okay, now let's see what does this TCP does. So it breaks the data into packets, assembling of the packets, reassembling them in the order, and detect any error and data loss. So basically it is about, it plays with the data. So whether it is breaking the data, assembling the data, reassembling the data, and detecting error and data loss. So this is what the TCP does. And what does IP address, that is internet protocol, does? So it handles the address part of each packet and to reach to a right destination. So every packet has its own identity in the form of address that is being located by, that is being done by, that is the main work of IP address. Okay, that is internet protocol, that is handling the address. Right now, let's have a look at all these protocols. Let's understand what exactly this protocol talks about, or how you can get a questions on this protocol. So let's start with the first, that is transmission control protocol, TCP. Just now we did TCP. It is basically a computer it is a communication network over a networking. It divides the messages into the series of packets, as I said, breaking, assembling, reassembling, and this is all done with the help of what? With the help of transmission control protocol. So TCP is a popular communication protocol which is used for communicating, which is dividing, assembling, reassembling the packets in order to reach to the destination, right? Internet protocol, as I already told, it is used by TCP. It is the address packets which helps them to route to the direction, and TCP and IP is the most popular protocol which connects the network. So it helps in what? It helps in connecting the networks, right? Then we have user datagram protocol. Now what is this user datagram? See, there are no questions yet on this, but obviously you have to be prepared from all the aspects, so you should know. Maybe in protocol they are coming up with certain new topics, so you should be aware of this very well. Okay, so when we talk about user datagram protocol, it is basically a substitute communication protocol to substitute to TCP, okay, which is implemented primarily for creating loss tolerating and low latency linking between the different applications. So it helps to locate, or it helps to link the applications, right? Then we have post office protocol, that is designed for receiving emails, incoming emails, okay. SMTP, so yes, you had a question with the help of SMTP. It's designed to send and distribute the outgoing email. So basically it is used with respect to what? It is respect to outgoing email, right? Then we have file transfer protocol. So file transfer protocol allows the file to transfer from one machine to another, FTP. So see, the main work here is what? Transferring. So it allows the transfer from one machine to another. The types of file transfer may include the program files. It may include the multimedia, it may include the text files, documents, etc. So that is the main work of what? FTP. Then we have text transfer protocol, HTTP. Again, this is very important. So it's designed for transferring hypertext among two or more systems. So HTML tags are used for creating these links, and these links can be in the form of any text or images. So basically HTTP is designed on client server principles, which allows a client system for establishing a connection with the server machine for making a request, and the server acknowledge the request initiated by the clients and responds accordingly. So basically this is helped with respect to what? With respect to your with reference to a hypertext transfer protocol, right? Now hypertext transfer protocol secure. Now see, we have abbreviated it as HTTPS, okay, which is nothing but a standard protocol in order to secure the communication between the computers, one using the browser and another fetching the data with the help of server. So basically now see, what does HTTP is used for transferring the data, okay. Now in the same case, HTTPS, it will be except the transferring of data, it is done in the encrypted form, that is format. It's basically what? It's basically the security, right? So it can be said that HTTPs, hackers from interpretation or modification of data through with the help of transfer of packets. So this is basically done with the help of what? With the help of security. Now see over here. So this indicates what? HTTP. Okay, just now I showed you this. But if we extend it secure, so it gives HTTPS. So this secure would help us to understand whether the data is reliable to go ahead, whether we can go ahead with this or not. So here basically it helps, it helps to give you the security with the help of HTTPS. So security with the help of what? HTTPS. Is it clear? And I've shown the difference between both of them. Okay, now yes, before there are some students, I hope students are able to follow up. Now many students may be waiting, the moment I start with MCQs. As I told, from the month of October I'll be starting with MCQs for all the topics. But before we go with MCQs, it's very important that your theory should be very, very clear. The concept should be very clear. If you say that, okay, during the MCQs we will be active, but then that time you have to understand the theory also as well as your MCQs also, it may become difficult. So make sure that, you people are little bit alert, little bit reading out the theoretical part and trying to prepare yourself well, right? Okay. Let's go to computer language now. The second topic we have completed with protocol. Our second topic was computer language, which is divided into two, that is low level language and high level language, right? So under low level language we have machine and assembly language, and whereas under high level language we have general and specific purpose language. So under general we have compiler based and interpreter based. So compiler in the form of Algol, Fortran, COBOL, Basic, APL, Pascal, PL. These are, the languages which are used either in the form of compiler or interpreter. So if you see the computer languages in easiest form, high level language which only humans can understand, low level language which only machines can understand. Okay, so this is basically machine, mechanical, and this is basically humans, right? So now it is, interpreter can translate your high level language into low level language and vice versa, low level language into high level language. So individually one can understand the machine language, one can understand the human language. But there has to be, there has to be a connectivity where both the things are properly understood. So that is basically called as what? It is basically called as your interpreter. Is it clear? Okay. Now let's have a little bit big understanding difference wise. So compiler and interpreter. So compiler, both of them, it is translator only, but in the case of compiler, the source program, a compiler translates the compiler source program in a single line, whereas interpreter translates the source program line by line. So it is basically done line by line. It is faster, it is slower. Compiler consumes less time, whereas interpreter consumes, more time than compiler. It is more efficient. Interpreter is less efficient. Compilers are larger in size, whereas interpreters are smaller than compilers. So this is basically, this is the major difference between the translators also. So one which is faster, which is less time consuming, one which is slower, which is less efficient. So you should be knowing that, okay, both are being used depending upon the various situations. Compilers and interpreters are accordingly used. Okay, now let's also understand multiprocessing and multiprogramming. Now yes, in 2020 you have seen the questions of multiprocessing and multiprogramming. So let's have a look at that also. So when I say multiprocessing, it refers to processing of multiple processes at the same time by multiple CPUs. Okay, so multiple processing, it is multiple processes at the same time by multiple CPUs, whereas multiprogramming keeps several programs in main memory at the same time and execute them concurrently utilizing the single use CPU. So so it is doing multi-form but using the same single CPU, whereas multiprocessing does it multiple but by using multiple CPUs, right? It utilizes, see, this is major difference, multiple CPUs, whereas multi-programming just utilizes single CPU. It permits parallel processing. Context switching takes place in multi-programming. Takes less time to process the job. It takes more time to process the job. Multi-programming facilitates much efficient utilization of devices, whereas multi-processing, whereas multi-programming, it's less efficient than multi-processing. usually more expensive. Such systems are less expensive. So it is not about which is efficient or not efficient. It is basically about, their conduction. In multiprocessing, what exactly happens, what happens in multi-programming. So this really plays an important role, right? Then we have next is network. So yes, again on networks also you may get questions. So networks we should be able to understand very well. So what is basically a network? It is a system of interconnected computers, and there are number of types of computer network. Okay, so now let's see what are the computer networks. Local area network, which can be used able to connect a number of programs, number of computers within the same location or in the close proximity. So it's LAN. The proximity is very close. Wide area network, it is telephone lines or communication which links to the computer widely, with separated locations. So where the area is wide in nature. Wireless local area network, so whether it is linking, two or more devices using wireless distribution method, and it provides connection with the help of access point. So that is in the form of what? Wireless. Okay, please remember, linking the devices using wireless distribution, wireless. Personal, that is PAN, which used for communication among the computers with different IT devices, okay, which is close to only one person. Metropolitan, that is the computer networks located at different sites within a large capacity area such as city. So basically it is with the large capacity in the form of cities, right? Then we have campus, that is, within the campus. Like for example, take an example of hostel. Okay, so these, interconnected local areas. A CAN is smaller than WAN and MAN. Okay, metropolitan and wide area network, the CAN is smallest. Storage, that is SAN, it's basically the server area network. So it is basically formed what? It is in the form of server area network. Internet, which is used, internet is a system that links existing network into worldwide network. Then we have intranet. So intranet is private network, inside a company or an educational organization which is used over its LAN. This can be, in the form of local internet, or it is single administrative setup. Extranet, it is a technology that permits use of, in the form of organizations intranet, so that, the organization togetherly can conduct the business or the collaboration or joint project which is used within the organization. Virtual private network, it is a computer network which is, used in some of the links between the nodes, which is open connection or virtual circuits in some larger network area. For example, the internet. Instead of using the physical wires, it is used in the form of VPN. Okay, based on VPN, there is question also which we'll be doing. Okay, but just make sure you have to keep in mind what exactly VPN, it stands for. It is, it is basically the link between the nodes which is carried out by open connection. So it is open connection, or what we call it as virtual circuits, right? Okay, now we have two things. Now see, we studied internet right now. Okay, so hardware requirements, see, for internet, and hardware software requirements for internet. So basically today we will be focusing only with respect to what? Only with respect to internet. And with computers we will be taking it in the coming classes. So just two things. We are talking about what? The networks with respect to the computers and the network with respect to internet. So hardware, so basically modem, that is modulator and demodulator, which is, a device which is used, where a device or a program, you can say, which converts computer data into a signal which is transmitted over a telephone line. Modem is used to connect the computers with internet. So basically this is, in order to use internet. Hub is a place of convergence where data arrives from one or more direction and is forwarded in one or more direction. So it comes in one or more direction and forwarded to one or more direction. So basically it's a common connection point for networked computers and other devices. So hub is used in order to connect LAN. Then we have bridge. So bridge is a network device that connects two or more networks, such as either LAN or either in the form of Ethernet or tokening, it is called as, okay, protocol. Then we have router. So yes, we use router. It's a device or a software that determines the network point of data packet. So it is a hardware device that connects the computer to the network, or that connects one network with another network. So routers are available at lower prices and can be used for connecting two or more computers togetherly in home network. So we have router to connect our computers to internet. Gateway. Now yes, there was question in 2022 also, there was a question on gateway. So it is very important. See this small terms, how they are used. So you should be very careful about them. So gateway is nothing but a node on a network that serves an entrance to another network. So basically here it is the computers that control traffic within an organization or internet service providers. Apart from the basic requirement, connectors, cable, adapters, circuits, surge switches, these are all used as the hardware requirements. In transmission media, twisted wires, coaxial cables and fiber optics are also used. So these are the things which are the basic requirement, you can say the mandatory requirement when it comes to hardware. And yes, on this we had got a question on gateway also, on modem also, and hub also. So you should remember these topics are very important. You should be able to know the terms very well. Same way in software also we have a requirement. We did that, but same in the form of net protocols only we did. But I just made you to understand that what we did under protocol, it's basically a requirement for the internet. So which did HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol. As I said, it is a format for communication between the browser and the servers, so the clients and the servers, right? Internet message access protocol, it defines the format of communication between the emailer servers and clients. Secure socket layers, that is called as SSL. So a protocol which is developed by Netscape for transmitting private documents. Transfer protocol, it is the main data transfer protocol which is used in internet. It manages the information that moves across the internet. It consists of multiple protocols which transfers data across the network in different format. Okay, FTP, it's a set of guidelines or standard that establish the format in which files are transmitted from one computer to another. Just now we did all this, but I'm just showing you that they are the requirement for software. Trivial file transfer protocol, it allows the transferring of file between network devices. So this is basically used for network devices. And simple transfer protocol, as I said, it is based, network based email, which is essentially exchanged on APRANET in extension to FTP. Okay, but now it is carried by SMTP, that is called as simple mail transfer protocol. See, very small things are there. Okay, as you feel that okay, nothing great, but on these small things itself, there are questions. So please make sure that we have only basic things. Hardly a span of 2-3 classes we'll be able to complete our ICT topic also. So but whatever is taught to you, you have to be very, very careful. That is, devices we are left with, input output devices. A small amount of virus topic is left. So very few classes will be able to complete this. Make sure that you are little bit alert when you are trying to understand the things very well and preparing very well for your examination. Okay, now Telnet. So a protocol that allows the computer to connect with a remote host computer. So the use of Telnet has diminished, as HTTP has become a dominant protocol. So because of this, Telnet users has using has declined. Hypertext markup language, it is used to establish the appearance of web page. So how exactly creating the web pages, which is used to insert the hyperlinks. Okay, standardized general markup language, so it is a meta language which can be applied in order to maintain the structure and the context. And uniform resource locator, so basically a specified document which is found on the web, it is termed as what location of resource. So this is basically it specifies the addresses of the computer where the resource is located, which may be by the home page of a website. It is made up of several components in the form of domain name, the directories, subdirectories, and it is also called as what? It is also called as web address. Yes, on this topic also there are questions. So that's what I'm telling. You should be able to ensure that whatever topics, very simple things, but those simple things should be very effectively learned. Otherwise, small questions. If you want, I'll show you one just a small demonstrative question I'll take, which will help you to understand the topic which we have learned today. Based on that also, how it is important to prepare yourself. I'll just take a small question which will help you to give an idea. Okay, for this topic, how? Now, like for example, I'll just take the topic which we have done today, that is in the form of protocols and in the form of the transfer protocols as well as the software and hardware requirement, right? So yes, just okay, just give me a minute so that I can come up with the question, so it will be easier for you to remember those points and make sure that you are doing it well preparation. Okay, so now some questions, as I said, okay, I'll just take a question. Now see over here, just now we did a topic of networks, right? Now I will just a minute, I will just write the question, so it's easier for you to at least recall the question. So one question I'll take over here, just now which I did. Which of the following, based on what we did just now in the class, okay, is not a network device? We did a topic on network, okay, so which is not, okay, make sure that you have read this word not very well. So there are 4 options, so let's see what is these options are. So we have the first option as router, the second option we have as switch, the third option we have as hub, and the fourth option we have is CPU. Okay, so which of the following is not a network device? So they are telling that from the given options, which is not a network device. You have to answer the question, which is not a network device. Is router not a network device? Is switch not a network device? Is hub not a network device? Or is CPU not a network device? Okay. Yes, I'll just check the messages, everyone. Meanwhile, just a second, give me a minute so that yes. Yes, you should. The question is in front of you, in the front of the whole class. The question is given. Please come to the question. And answer the question, everyone. Which of the following is not a network device? Okay, so you have the options such as, you have the option as router, you have the option as switch, you have the option as hub, you have the option as CPU. So which is not a network device? Yes. Yeah, this is practice question. Not an homework question, it is a practice question. So I'm expecting everyone, to give the answers properly. Yes. Come up with the answers. Just now we have done. So if you remember the topic of network I taught you right now, in that only I've covered everything. So just give a thought to your minds that, okay, what is the topic which we did not study as a part of network? Okay, we are getting, yes. Okay, so very simple question. Please just focus. See, we said what we said. If you remember, I'll go back to this, okay? If you remember, the first part itself, see, network is a system of interconnected computers. There are a number of types of computer network, interconnected. Now, please try to just logically think, if you want to connect a network without switch, can we do that? Is it possible to do it without the switch? Obviously not, okay? Without a switch, we cannot connect computers, okay? No, please. Just be careful, everyone. See here, this word is confusing you the moment the word switch comes, okay? But if you remember, we did router, right? We did hub also, correct? If you want, I'll just help you to cross check. See, we network, obviously here we did network part, here we did hub part. So yes, it is a part of what? It's a part of your network device. CPU does not comes as a network device, and without switch network device is not possible. So central processing unit. So that's the reason I always say that you should have a consistency in the classes. I have completed this topic yesterday itself. We have studied about CPU very well. Okay, CPU, it's an I mean to say, when we studied about devices, okay, we have to do some part of it. But if you remember, we studied about central processing unit, a processor, that it is a processor which controls the execution of a program. It is not about a network. It is about what? It is basically a processor, a computer processor, which is helped to control the execution of the program. So it is not a network. Okay. So see this silly. Now see, the question looks, how is it possible? Ashwini, I have given an example. Right now we studied CPU. So if you studied the types of computer data where we have studied CPU, so basically CPU is a processor that controls the, okay, wait a minute, just listen to me carefully. When we talk about CPU, okay, CPU is basically a processor which is helped to execute the program. So if you central processing unit, okay, so if you talk about central processing unit, it is basically the brain of the computer, not the network of the computer. Okay, it is the primary component for the computer, which is a control center. That's the reason I said it is controlling. It means it has the brain. Okay, it's called as the brain. Okay, I hope it is very clear. Okay, so please remember, it is the brain which contains all the circuits which is needed to process the information. Okay, so it is basically controller, executor, or you can call it as brain. Okay, fine. Yes, now is it clear? So see, this small questions, but these small question itself will give you tough time. So you have to be careful, and this we will cover in practice question. But for that, your consistency, your importance of attending the classes regularly and studying regularly is important. Right, everyone? Okay, as I said, now few basic topics are left. I'll tell you the computer hardware and software. Then we have virus, one important part which I'll be taking up. And tomorrow you have again, tomorrow all those students who are there on the app, who have registered, you have mock test. Okay. But other students who are not a part of the app, so on Monday at 9:30 we have live classes where these questions will be taken, practice questions will be taken. So you can please attend the session. So daily Malaya Mahapati, you're my actually I'll tell you my sessions comes, I'll tell you. Just to keep a track, if you are really trying your hard, see, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, okay, morning 11 a.m. one video comes, that is again on the same topic. We are doing ICT, so that comes on ICT. And 9:30 we have a live class, 9:30 p.m. Same schedule is followed on Wednesday and same schedule is followed on Friday. So almost 6 videos comes in a week. So even if you follow this, yes, two sessions are taken on the app, but these 6 videos come. Okay, if you want to just follow the YouTube, this 6 session comes on a week for every classes. Okay, for every topic. In fact, I have completed one topic in 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks. And next, people development and environment I'll be doing. So make sure that you are at least attending these classes and preparing yourself with your December 2023 attempt. And even if this and little bit of your self-study will really help you to crack the examination, but you have to have a commitment, dedication, consistency for this. Okay. So yes, that's all we have completed for the day. Any student who is looking for paper 2 only study material in the form of notes and MCQs, you can get in touch with us. The fees is rupees 1600, but we do have 20% off. So fees is 1280. You can join us on the given WhatsApp number or ping us on the given WhatsApp number in case if you want to avail the notes for paper 2. Okay, that's all for the day. Thank you everyone. See you on Monday with questions, MCQs. So at least attend that session. It will help you to boost up your preparation a lot. Okay, thank you everyone.